Welcome to Heal With Us, where we aim to inspire, strengthen, and empower.
So let's begin to heal.
Hey y'all, I'm Toya, and I'll be investigating the business of everyday people like me and you. This is Dr. Nikisha,
Blessings.
and this is Tam.
Hello.
Dr. Nikisha will be checking in on your heart, and Tam will be doing what nerds do.
In your business.
So, how did you guys begin your journey to this podcast?
Great question, Toya. For me, I just felt like there were a lot of people, women in particular, that were struggling to walk in their fullest self and embrace who they are freely because of just brokenness. And I just wanted a platform where women could feel safe to heal. And knowing my wonderful, beautiful sisters, we know each other's journeys. I felt like this would be the most authentic place to make that happen.
Oh my God, how do I follow up after that? Well, it all started with the conversation, really. But I can piggyback off of what Keisha said. Just to have a safe place for women to um, get tools that they can use to help heal without judgment, help them to, use tools of discernment, I think. Um, that plays a big part in trying to heal. So just piggyback off what the doctor said.
I love that. Tools of discernment.
So, what were some of your roadblocks?
Ooh, good question. For me, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit today in my segment. For me, it's the just the negative voices in my own head, like saying, what I can't do and what I shouldn't do, having negative eyes on myself, just feeling like, I'm not acceptable enough to do this. So it really took a lot to just push past those fears and that mindset, and just say, you know what, it is what it is. This is who I am, and I'm gonna, do what God called me to do.
Well, for me, it was just two things: fear and anxiety. Just two things that I'm working on to try to overcome. So hopefully, this will help me break out of my shell and conquer and overcome those two things.
So, what advice do you have for others trying to get started?
I've always heard people say, just do it, which is, sounds so simple, but we know it really isn't. But I think if you continue to wait for this perfect moment, you're never going to step out. So I think it is true. You just have to take that first step and then keep walking one step at a time from there and see what happens. When you can always make adjustments along the way, but it's that initial getting out there and doing what you feel you're supposed to do, and making sure it's something you believe in. Because of course, if you don't even have passion for it, it's going to be very hard to stick to it. So,
yeah. I agree. Just do it. Like, there's really no playbook or anything. Just put your feelings and your thoughts out. Write it down. Put it out into the atmosphere. Just kind of manifest it, and it will come to pass.
That's good.
So, who are you today versus when you first started?
I feel like I'm still a hot mess, a work in progress always, but I definitely think compared to, my beginnings, I have a little more confidence, a little more assurance that I don't have to be perfect. I struggle a little less with perfectionism, although it's still there, still a day-to-day battle. But I feel like I'm today a person who has learned to love herself a little bit more than, in the past. And prayerfully that'll get, that'll grow and become stronger and stronger.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
So, who are you today versus when you first started?
Who am I today? I'm wiser. I'm more patient. Slow to anger. And forgiving of self.
That's good. really good stuff.
All right, so for me, I just feel like tomorrow is one day closer to you becoming the person you want to be. So just make one choice at a time. Thank you for letting me get all up in y'all business.
Of course, anytime,
Only you,
anytime.
no one else.
Right, exactly.
All right, so I'm going to transition over to Miss Nikisha. How's your heart?
Yes.
With Dr. Nikisha. Let me correct that.
Yes,
Right.
yes, get it right. I worked hard for that.
Yes, she did.
Yes, put some respect on that. Yeah, so blessings, everyone. I want to open up my segment with the question, how is your heart? So, as I said in my sister's questioning, my desire is always to see women's hearts be healed, to break through and to just move past that brokenness. And one thing I realize is that we need to figure out what is infecting our heart. So over these next few segments, I will discuss at least 4 things that I believe infect our hearts. Now, when I say infect, let's look at that definition of an infection. Infection is anything that contaminates, that poisons, and that can hinder growth. Okay? So I want to look at our negative self-talk. I want to look at
That's good.
I want to look at self-condemnation. I want to look at, let me get my other 2 points, poor self-worth, and then I want to look at self-doubt. And as I said, I may throw some other things in there, but those for me were like the top 4 because those are all things that I myself have struggled with. So I kind of wanted to, like a quote that came to mind that I want to kind of talk about is, the eye is the window to the soul. Y'all have heard that before?
Yes.
And so that's a quote by William Shakespeare. And what that means for me is that how you perceive yourself and how you perceive the world impacts your feelings, your desires, and how you relate to yourself and others. And there's also a scripture in Matthew, because I am a woman of God and I am a disciple of Christ, I'm going to refer time to time to scripture. So Matthew 6:22-24, I'm just going to read part of that, says the eye is a lamp to the body, which kind of means the same thing. What you see, what you're perceiving is going to affect your body. So I want to kind of talk a little bit about our perception of ourselves and how that is infecting our hearts, how that's infecting our relationships, and just how we're showing up in life. So as I said before, the first issue or infection that I wanted to talk about was that negative self-talk. So I want to ask y'all a question.
Okay.
How do you talk to yourself? What does it sound like? What are you saying to yourself?
Well, you want me to go? Sure, okay. Well, for me, I have to be very, I have to take a sarcastic approach when I'm talking with myself. And I take the coach approach. So it's like, okay, girl, you got this. Like, get out of your head, get out of your way, just get it done. If you're unsure, pray about it. Take that thing to God and ask Him for discernment before you make any moves. So I would say the coaching approach. You know how the coach, the Pee Wee teens and how the coach talks to the little kids. That's pretty much how I talk to myself.
That's good. That's really good. I love that.
I think for me, after a lot of therapy,
Yes, it is.
I just kind of took from one of my sessions that I had, and the thoughts are not in my head; they're more like floating by, and I can see them just going away.
Okay.
So I
love
just
that.
try not to even attach them to myself.
I love
that's
that.
good.
I love
That's
that.
good.
Okay, so you both gave very good tools for other women to use when you're talking. You have that self-talk, because I found with myself that what I'm thinking and saying to myself is scary and abusive sometimes. It's things that I wouldn't even say to a stranger. So I have to ask myself, why am I saying this to myself? And one thing that came to mind was, who's my narrator? And when I think about that, a lot of times our narrator is someone from our past. It's our past experiences. For me, the narrator was just, how do I say this? Shame. The narrator was neglect. The narrator was rejection because of some of the things that I encountered growing up that shaped who I thought I was. So now it takes a lot of effort for me to, like you said, coach myself out of these situations where I hear myself pretty much abusing myself with my words, the verbal abuse. And then, like you said, Toya, that is so good with just kind of seeing your thoughts flowing by. Like, I don't have to attach to this. I don't have to agree with this. These are my feelings in this moment. Um, Now let me reset that. Let me reset my thoughts. And something that my therapist shared with me, and I'm not a therapist, so I'm just sharing from my encounter and hopefully to help someone else. She told me to kind of put your thoughts on stand, like you're the judge, and question those thoughts. Is this true? You know, and sometimes it might be, but you still don't have to dialogue with yourself in a way that brings forth self-condemnation, which is something we'll talk about next time. So learning how to nurture yourself through the way you talk to yourself, I think is very crucial to becoming who God made you to be and saying what he says about you and not saying what your childhood or, whomever may have, spoken to you, whether it was yesterday or it was years ago. So, that's something that I pray that we can all kind of just continue to keep in mind. And I want to leave you with saying, well, before that, is there anything you ladies want to add to this conversation? Okay, please do.
Can you, during your segment, make sure you have a box of tissues? Because I feel like you're going to get deep.
Okay.
And I'm not going to have time for my messy hair and makeup and everything to be running. So can you supply the tissues?
Most certainly,
Okay,
most certainly, sis, most certainly.
Appreciate you.
Yes, and I'm glad you said that because like I said, I realize in healing, we have to tell our stories. We have to keep it real. And something I've learned how to do, or I was taught to do as a child, was to be quiet. I was muted very early in life. So now I'm finding my voice and I'm learning how to share even those uncomfortable things. But I will say I cannot do it without y'all here because we need safe people and safe spaces. So thank y'all for being my sisters.
Sure.
But I want to leave you with this. I want you to remember always to guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life.
Oh my God, how do I follow that?
You do. You gonna listen. We're different.
Oh my God.
We
Okay.
got different things that are all feeding and healing the soul. Like you about to talk about some stuff I ain't never heard of. So let's go.
Really?
Okay.
Okay. Well, as Toya did the intro in the beginning, I'm Tam, and my segment of the show will be the Nerd's Corner. So I'll be talking about books, any healthy wellness, anything that deals with healing the body, the mind, the soul, anything of that nature. But today I want to talk about sleep, ladies.
Yes.
So can the two of you tell me about how many hours do you think you get a night?
So, I love my sleep. So, at least 9 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's my minimum.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to piggyback off my sister here. I love me some rest. Okay. So I mean, on the average, I will say 8 hours, but if I can get in 9, I'm getting in 9.
Okay.
I need that sleep.
Well, since y'all getting all this sleep, I don't even need to do my
Oh,
sleep.
yeah, you do, because we need other people to understand why they need to get 8 or 9 hours of sleep.
Well, let me answer the question.
Okay.
So I think I get about, I'm going to say about 6 to 7. And I say that because I am in full-fledged menopause.
Oh,
And that's like one of the side effects of menopause is that you sleep less.
Yes.
So I want to kind of give you like 4 things that will help with the quality of sleep.
Okay.
Although quantity of sleep is important as well, but I
Yes.
just want to focus on some things that you guys can use to kind of help aid in sleep,
Okay.
and which it don't sound like y'all need any help. But for those who are listening or watching,
Yes.
4 things that'll help. So let me get into the nerdy part of this. Okay.
Okay.
I just want to give you the science of some things about sleep.
Sounds good.
So, so sleep is a healthy part of your body and what you do. And poor sleep can affect a lot of things like your long-term health, memory, fatigue, just how you feel in general. And how well you sleep depend on a couple of things: your age, your lifestyle, your health conditions. And like I said in the beginning, you answered the question. It's usually said that adults need about 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night to wake up kind of refreshed and charged. Okay, so the science part of it. Let's talk about a little bit of the chemicals in your brain that your brain produces to help promote sleep. And one of those is melatonin. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of that.
Yes.
So basically, melatonin is produced by a pea-sized gland in your brain. It's called a pineal gland.
Okay.
And it's in the front part of your brain. And what it does is it produces the hormone, and it helps your body sleep. It helps your body know what time is to go to sleep and when to wake up. And that little action, those sleep and wake up, is called your circadian rhythm.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and so that melatonin has to secrete at the right amount so that it doesn't throw off your circadian rhythm.
Okay.
So when you hear someone say they have insomnia, normally their circadian rhythm is off. That's what causes insomnia.
Okay.
And so as we age, our brain produces less melatonin. Okay. Another chemical that your brain produces that helps in this sleep cycle type thing is called GABA aminobutyric acid, or GABA for short. It lowers the activity of some brain cells in which that helps you feel relaxed. So I don't know if you ever heard of a medication called gabapentin, but you may not have. But that first part of that medication, GABA, that's what that comes from.
Okay.
So fun fact. You ready?
Yes.
Did you know that your body craves sleep just like your body craves food?
I did not know that.
Okay. So basically, the difference between your body craving sleep and being hungry is that your body, you can't force your body to eat, right? But when your body is tired and you're ready to go to sleep, oh, your body gonna tell you, and it will shut you down to make you go to sleep. So when your body is craving sleep, it just automatically is gonna do that.
Wow.
Whereas when you're hungry, you have to do something in order to take care of that feeling that you're feeling of hunger.
Yeah.
So before I give you these 4 things, please note, I want to preface this by saying, please consult a professional, a medical professional, before implementing any of these regimens into your sleep regimen. So we talked about melatonin. So melatonin is also a supplement. You can buy that over the counter.
Okay.
It's usually sold in 0.3 up to like, I think maybe 7 milligrams. It helps you to fall asleep faster. So like I said before, that melatonin and the GABA are the 2 hormones that your body automatically produces to help with that circadian rhythm to get you in that sleep cycle and ready to sleep. Studies have shown that melatonin can also help, like I said, with sleep. It helps maintain your body temperature and lower your blood pressure as well if you have hypertension. But once again, like I said, please consult a medical professional.
Definitely important.
Before you go and try to do any of these things, okay? Melatonin also helps with macular degeneration, gastrointestinal reflux, tinnitus, which is ringing in the ears, migraines. So you can get melatonin. Now, have any of you ever used melatonin?
No, heard of it, but have not tried it.
I've used it, and I will say there are some side effects. And one of the side effects is nightmares.
Oh, heck no.
And so, and also you got to remember that melatonin is a naturally produced hormone in your body. So when you're putting more of, which is a synthetic melatonin that you
Okay.
buy over the counter. It's not what your body produced.
Right, that makes sense.
You're going to have some side effects
Yeah.
because it's not natural.
Yeah.
And especially if you're getting more than what your body produces.
Mhm.
So when you're ingesting that melatonin, you're adding to what your body already produces. So I guess that's what ramps up that.
Okay.
But y'all, the nightmares that I was having,
Okay.
and it got to a point where my body would get used to one type of dose and I had to up it. And then it get used to that and I had to up it. And
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
like, this is not working. And so the nightmares were so bad. I was just like, yeah, I can't do this.
Yes, yeah.
I have two other options. I'm gonna save that for another episode, but I
Okay.
do want to talk about another one, and it's tart cherry.
Mm.
And you're probably saying cherry like the fruit.
Right.
Yes.
Oh.
So you can buy tart cherry in supplements or even juice. There's tart cherry juice.
Okay.
And for parents with little ones, like a half a cup, 8 ounces at night before, maybe an hour before your child's set to go to bed. Let them drink this tart cherry juice.
Don't be
and it will
overdosing
help
y'all
them.
kids, y'all.
Well, actually, you can't overdose on this tart cherry
Oh,
juice.
good. Okay.
Because
okay.
it's the juice from the tart cherry.
Okay.
Okay.
That is good.
But it also helps boost the level of GABA, of which I spoke of earlier in the segment, and it lowers the brain activity, which helps you to relax and helps you to sleep better.
Okay.
Also, eating a handful of cherries, the red cherries that you find in the store. Try it.
That's crazy.
Get a handful, like maybe 6 to 8, an hour before you're ready to go to bed, and it will help you. Also, some other things that tart cherry helps: anxiety, stress, and believe it or not, people with ADHD.
Wow. So the cherries will help with this as well.
Yes,
Okay.
the cherry or even the tart cherry juice.
Okay.
You know, it might be a little bit more feasible for the kids
Okay.
if you give them juice, because they think, "Ooh, I get juice."
Right. Right. Yeah.
But
yes.
little do they know
Right.
that's helping them to relax and kick up those GABAs.
Okay. That is good.
To help them relax. So those are a couple of things
Okay.
that you know, can help with sleep and
Love
help
it.
with your overall sleep health.
Okay.
So if you try it, or any of you guys try it, let me know.
Yes, definitely. I'm going to get me some cherries today. I like the part that it helps you with anxiety, because like you said, that's definitely something I struggle with from time to time. So,
I definitely struggle with
yes.
anxiety. My anxiety was so bad at one point that it was making me feel dizzy, just like I was just gonna pack. Like it was just bad.
Wow.
And I've been to doctors, all these tests, and all of a sudden they said, "Well, what about?" I think it's anxiety. And I'm like, anxiety can make you feel like that?
Yeah, that's,
you know, anxiety can do a lot of things that I don't think people are aware of.
That mind, body, soul connection, I tell you.
Yeah, just try it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a healthy option.
Okay.
No, you know, chemicals or anything.
Yes, that's what I love about it.
Bioorganic, if you can.
Right.
But, yeah, so just try it. Let me know.
Okay, I sure will. I sure will. I'm on it.
So, back to you, Toya.
Okay, so and I'm gonna just say for me, I think I got the opposite, the upside down of the not being able to sleep, the not waking up early and things. But I got, yeah, I did a study one time on like how can I get up earlier in the morning.
I used to be
and what did you
like
find
that.
out? I want to know what she found out.
So the circadian rhythm, if the time you want to wake up, if the sun is out, if you get up and look at the sun or go outside, it resets your circadian rhythm. So it'll help you wake up earlier in the morning.
So that's why I get mad when the sun's shining and I ain't ready to get up.
Yes, because now
it's
you're
messing
awake.
with my rhythm.
Yes.
Okay.
yes.
Okay, so maybe your brain produces a high level of GABA.
I think so.
Right.
Yeah, and I do have a lot of nightmares, so maybe I'm producing
the
too
GABA
much.
and the melatonin are fighting against each other.
Oh, wow. Get some cherries.
But not to be digging too far into your personal, but menopause, perimenopause?
I mean, not that I know of, and if I was, I'm probably in denial about it at this point in my life.
Because the only reason why I asked is because that's going to affect a lot. Because I was the same way. I used to love to sleep. Like I could just get anywhere and just go to sleep. Not no more. Not no more.
It's a gift right now, what you're saying.
So, yes, so enjoy it.
Appreciate it,
But then again, you know, menopause affects people differently.
Right,
so that may not even be something that even bothers you. But you have these tools in your arsenal.
Yes. Yeah.
And like I said, I do have 2 more. Oh, also that tart cherry comes in a tea.
Oh, okay.
If
And
you
I
don't-
love teas.
And
Okay.
trust me, when you drink that tart cherry juice, you're gonna get one of these.
Okay. Oh, it's
if
tart
the
for
tea-
real.
Yes,
Okay.
if the tea works
Okay.
better,
Okay.
that is an option.
Okay.
For you.
Okay. Okay. Good to know.
So,
Okay.
But
Okay.
if you try it, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
To know
Yeah.
if it works for
Okay.
you.
Definitely.
But I will be having more goodies and more, tree
Yeah.
hugging.
Okay.
ideas for everyone
Tree
to help
hugging.
you live a better, healthy, less chemical involved
Yes.
life.
That
So
sounds good. Something
look
we
forward to
need.
more.
Yes. And we do.
I think we did a pretty, great job today of me getting in some business,
Mhm.
you finding out how the hearts are doing,
Yes, yes.
and then the little nerd corner. I felt real snuggly in there.
Yes,
Yeah, it was nice.
yes, it was real
Yes,
nice. It was real nice. Talking about sleep, make me want to go to sleep.
Yes, and I look forward to
I know. I can wait. I can wait a little.
the next 3 parts,
Yes.
and the follow up on the sleep
Yes,
studies and
yes, definitely.
the new whatever. I'm trying to peek at her notes, but I can't see what the next thing is. But
Yes,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, same here. And I look forward to your thought-provoking questions. You have some really amazing questions, so looking forward to that.
Don't forget those tissues.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
I mean,
We
Yes,
might need to
ma'am.
add a disclaimer for everybody else. Like, grab your tissue now because you're going to need it
Okay.
when how's your
Okay.
heart starts.
Okay.
Yeah.
because
Okay.
you're going all deep and stuff.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Like,
I don't
I'm
know
trying
how
be
to
all
stay on the
light
surface.
light and airy over
No,
here.
but you are. You're giving us some very important stuff. It's just anything dealing with the heart is gonna feel,
Your stuff is
Yes,
important.
yes,
I
I just
never,
mean,
said
yeah,
that, but
yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
geez,
yeah.
like,
I'm sorry. I'll try to take it easy on y'all.
Okay,
I'll try.
'cause,
Can't make any
girl.
promises.
Thank you for joining us and hope to see you next episode.
Also remember, if you would like to comment or send us any questions or anything you would like for us to talk about on the show, you can email us at HealWithUs3@gmail.com. We're also available on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
And remember, healing is a process, so take it one day at a time.
Heal with us.
Heal with us.
In your business.